When Elon Musk stepped into the sleek, modern headquarters of TikTok in Beijing, no one could have predicted the earth-shattering secret he would uncover. The air was thick with anticipation, the tech world buzzing with rumors of Musk's potential acquisition of the social media giant. But what he found would send shockwaves through Silicon Valley and beyond, forever altering the landscape of digital privacy in international tech politics. The headquarters, a marvel of glass and steel, was nothing short of futuristic, with screens displaying endless streams of the app's signature content. Musk, dressed in his usual understated fashion, was there under the guise of due diligence for the speculated purchase. His team of engineers, lawyers, and cybersecurity experts followed him, their faces a mix of professional focus and hidden excitement. The atmosphere was charged with the kind of energy only a room full of tech innovators could produce. The CEO of TikTok, a charismatic figure with an enigmatic smile, greeted Musk with a handshake that seemed more like a chess move than a welcome. "Welcome, Mr. Musk. We're excited to share with you the magic behind TikTok," he said, leading the way into the heart of the operation. What followed was a tour that initially appeared standard. They walked through rooms of developers, data analysts, and content moderators, all of whom seemed to operate with an almost eerie efficiency. Yet Musk, known for his intuition and foresight, sensed something amiss. His eyes, sharp as ever, caught the subtle glances exchanged between TikTok employees when they thought he wasn't looking. As they reached the server room, the supposed sanctuary of TikTok's data, Musk's curiosity piqued. The room was heavily secured, with more guards than one would expect for a tech company's data center. Here, the CEO's demeanor shifted slightly. His confidence seemed to waver, a hint of nervousness betraying his otherwise composed facade. Musk insisted on inspecting the servers personally, his team dispersing to various stations. What he discovered was beyond anything he had anticipated. Hidden in plain sight among the racks of servers was a setup that didn't match the company's described architecture. It was a covert system designed for siphoning off user data at an unprecedented scale, far beyond what was publicly known or legally permissible. The revelation hit Musk like a physical blow. The implications were staggering. Not only was TikTok collecting vast amounts of personal data, but it was also channeling it back to entities unknown, potentially state actors. His mind raced through the consequences, the privacy violation, the national security risks, the ethical quagmire. His team confirmed his fears. This was no accident but a deliberate operation. Musk, known for his public statements and quick tweets, remained silent, his face a mask of contemplation. The CEO of TikTok, sensing the shift, attempted to explain, "This is for security purposes, to ensure." But Musk cut him off, his voice calm yet carrying the weight of his discovery. Security? Or surveillance? This isn't about protecting users. It's about exploiting them. The room fell silent. Musk's team began documenting everything, their expressions a mix of concern and awe at the scale of what they had uncovered. Outside, the world was oblivious to what was transpiring. Journalists, influencers, and tech analysts speculated wildly about the deal's financials, Musk's plans for TikTok's integration into his empire, or how it would affect the social media landscape. But no one was prepared for the bombshell Musk was about to drop. Walking out of the headquarters, Musk was met by a swarm of media. Cameras flashed, microphones were thrust forward, and questions bombarded him. With a look that could freeze time, Musk spoke. "What I've discovered here today is not just about TikTok or ByteDance. It's about the integrity of our digital lives. We need to rethink, reevaluate, and if necessary, rebuild the trust in our digital platforms." The news spread like wildfire. The story wasn't just about a business deal. It was about privacy, sovereignty, and the dark underbelly of tech giants. Discussions ignited globally, from tech forums to political debates, from privacy advocates to those who had long feared the influence of foreign tech on democratic processes. Musk's discovery led to immediate calls for investigations, not just in the US but worldwide. Governments scrambled to assess their own data security, while TikTok faced a crisis that could potentially lead to its fragmentation or even banishment from key markets. In the US, there was talk of emergency hearings with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle expressing concerns over national security and the privacy of American citizens. For Musk, this wasn't just another venture. It was a moment of reckoning, a call to arms for a new era of tech ethics. He announced plans to form a coalition for digital transparency, aiming to ensure no such covert operations could ever hide in plain sight again. His vision was clear, a tech world where innovation didn't come at the expense of personal freedoms or state manipulation. The backlash was swift. TikTok issued statements claiming Musk's findings were based on misunderstandings, and they promised an internal review. Meanwhile, Musk's supporters hailed him as a modern-day whistleblower, while critics accused him of sensationalism or even political maneuvering to undermine a competitor. As weeks turned into months, the story evolved. Cybersecurity experts from around the globe weighed in, dissecting Musk's discovery. Some confirmed his findings while others argued about the technicalities. The tech community was split, with some advocating for stricter regulations and others for more open-source platforms where users could see exactly what was happening with their data. Musk himself became more involved in privacy advocacy, speaking at international conferences, meeting with heads of state, and even funding research into new encryption methods. His actions sparked a global movement towards digital sovereignty, where users would have absolute control over their digital footprint. In the meantime, TikTok's user numbers plummeted in some regions, with many uninstalling the app in fear of privacy breaches. Competitors saw this as an opportunity, with new social platforms popping up, promising transparency and user control. The legal battles began. Lawsuits were filed against TikTok in multiple countries for breaches of privacy laws, with class actions gaining ground. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, faced enormous fines and was forced into restructuring, leading to a significant portion of the company being sold off to avoid further international sanctions. Musk's journey into the heart of TikTok became a legendary tale, a cautionary narrative about the cost of innovation when it's unchecked by morality. His discovery wasn't just about one company. It was a wake-up call for the entire tech industry. It led to new laws being drafted, international agreements on data protection, and a shift in how tech companies operated, with transparency becoming not just a buzzword, but a necessity. In the end, the deal with TikTok fell through, not for financial reasons, but because of the ethical quagmire it represented. Musk's story, his journey from tech mogul to privacy crusader, was chronicled in books, documentaries, and even inspired a feature film. While the tech world moved on to the next big thing, the echoes of this discovery lingered, a reminder that in the digital age, the truth can be as elusive as it is explosive. But the story didn't end there. Musk's revelation sparked an unprecedented collaboration between tech giants, normally competitors, who now saw the value in setting industry standards for privacy. This coalition, dubbed the Transparency Accord, aimed to set benchmarks for data handling, user consent, and government access to data, fundamentally changing the face of technology. TikTok, on the other hand, underwent a dramatic transformation. Under new leadership and with significant financial restructuring, they launched TikTok Reborn, focusing heavily on user privacy, offering end-to-end encryption for all communications, and making their data practices transparent to the public. This move not only regained some lost trust, but also set a new standard for social media platforms. Musk, now seen more as a guardian of digital rights than just an innovator, continued his work with relentless energy. He established the Musk Institute for Digital Ethics, a think tank dedicated to studying the intersection of technology, ethics, and policy. His influence extended beyond his companies, impacting global policy, with several countries adopting his proposed frameworks for digital rights. The revelations from TikTok's headquarters also led to a surge in public interest in data privacy. Educational programs, both online and in schools, began teaching digital literacy with an emphasis on privacy. This new generation, growing up in the aftermath of the TikTok scandal, was more informed and cautious about their digital footprints. However, not all viewed this change positively. There were those in the tech industry who feared that too much regulation could stifle innovation. Debates raged about where to draw the line between privacy and progress, with Musk often at the center, advocating for a balance that favored ethical considerations. Years later, the narrative had shifted. What was once a story of corporate espionage and data abuse had morphed into a beacon of change, a testament to how one person's discovery could catalyze a global movement towards a more ethical digital world. Elon Musk's unexpected role in this saga would be remembered not just for the business implications, but for the moral awakening it spurred across the globe.